Like, the Niners came into this game ready for blood because they didn't like Baker and the Browns already. And then they used another example of, see? And Richard Sherman's quote that to me says everything is, we put a foot in their ass. That's all that matters. They didn't like the Browns. They didn't like Mayfield. They whipped themselves into a frenzy. They beat them. And so their story was already built in their heads. And for Richard Sherman, Sherman is an obnoxious, loquacious, highly opinionated guy that has put himself on a national platform by being really loud, by calling out other people. Remember Michael Crabtree? By being the guy that will say anything and bring anything to the table and expose dirty laundry. Remember the Seattle reporter that he threatened to end his career if he didn't ask proper questions? I mean, this is also Richard Sherman's bit. So Sherman was the perfect guy to overreact to something not that big a deal, bring it public, make it a thing, because Baker Mayfield's already a thing for a lot of defensive players around the NFL. It's two sides of this, and this is the bed that Baker Mayfield lies in. By being who he is, he gives the opponent a lot of extra juice. My guess is, speaking of Daniel Jones, there's no opponent Daniel Jones will go against that's like, man, I can't wait to pound Daniel Jones into the turf. This guy thinks he's all that. This guy's got an ego. This guy's this. This guy's got this GQ article. No. I think mostly Baker's on an island to himself as a quarterback that people really hate and really want to go after. And Sherman always takes things too far. Am I going to examine this footage like the Zapruder film? Did he dap? Did he shake? What did this angle say? No, because I don't really think that's all that important. What I think is important is that Baker's going to carry this type of stuff with him because of how he acts. And that's fine if you can back it up. But if you can't, it makes you look foolish, and it consistently gives the opponent extra trash talk, extra motivation, extra incentive. And you guys know how I feel about the Patriots, but the one thing that I think that they do better than anybody else is they always avoid that part of things at all costs. Because what's the use? What's the use in giving your opponent an extra incentive, an extra level, an extra gear, an extra work ethic, and create extra distractions, which Baker has done for himself, the Browns have done for themselves, which is why we reside where we reside with that franchise.